Cassius alongside with LaFell, keep you guys company on very second draft is already completed. What are some of the adjustments that need to be made?
Well, Guai is still on the second pick here red side, and KE-2 is on the blue side here. Bang out the Shin, and now Guai bang out the Freya, which by the way, annoying hero. She got nervous, but doesn't really matter. In number one, Guai was able to win it out quite late into the game, around 18 minutes. But it's really based on KE-2 not able to close out the game, giving time for a low on his quad, still enough, and actually end the game for the team. Right now, Guai for the second ban here. Looks like looks like KE-2 is betting on Marcel, which was that true earlier? I would say Zed did a pretty good job on Marcel.
Of course, the following about the mechanic here, and the question is whether or not somebody is going to break up one of the three in the big problem that we were mentioning during the draft, especially when we're talking about the Belleric Atlas Valentine trade, they want to disrupt that. They've already disrupted the assassin trade by getting rid of the Fanny. The real question is whether or not they're going to give Herrera too. And for KE-2, I think for Adam Bush, he's more than happy to play Herrera again. I think they just need to set up a little bit better for their new teams and have a bit more of a structured plan if they want things to work out very, very smoothly. I don't know if Eudora is worth banning at this stage of the game, but I feel like disrupting the Atlas probably is going to help a lot.
For me, I might even ban out the Harley just to make sure that, never mind, they're still banning out the Atlas, so they're making sure that your mid-shield is not interrupted, so Doom just has to be careful in case that Harley does get picked up again, they just have to figure out a way not to die immediately to the post trick. So now, the last ban here coming in from Dian Guai, I think we will let the Herrera 2 again. You want to ban up Petito?
They're thinking about it. I think it's very understandable if you want to get rid of Petito, because usually you want to keep these double fire comps and ultra flexible, whether it be bull fighter alongside Petito, as we've seen very recently in the jungle as well. But it does kind of, cap your composition of how far you can actually scale into this game. So they get rid of the Selena instead. So Petito and Herrera up for grabs here. I'm pretty sure they're going to go for the Herrera, but then again, Akashi, he's very vocal about getting into Petito. He might just hold on to it for the early stage of the game.
And now Adam Bush able to get that Herrera again. And I'm gonna say, he's a pretty good Herrera player, so winning and losing isn't really because of him. He's doing his best as he can. They just need to set up for Doom just a little bit better. And I feel like starting off by having at least two front lines is gonna be good, because just now Vanguard was the only one frontlining for the team. Akashi on that CC, able to do enough. So now, do we want to go for Belleric plus 1? Because in the previous game, they picked up the Marcel as well as the, what was the Megan? The Eudora. Yeah.
I was thinking that as well, but they only picked up the Eudora as their third pick there. The Belleric is almost guaranteed, but then go with the Petito this time around. So have a little bit of pressure, but it's still a flex pick. So if they, if for any reason NAD7 misreads the situation, they go for Esme, they might set up a bad matchup for the EXP. First of all, they're going to go straight to the blue on top of a very quick Valentina pick. Valentina is expected, but I like the blue a lot.
Yeah, so now they gotta pick up something like a Carry, a Vixana to be able to deal with this blue. We saw earlier, Vamos tried to use the Hanabi to deal with the blue. Really was not it. It was not good enough. Instead, they pick up the Harley. And I don't see why not. Zaushi was amazing on Harley, so now, banning phase. I wonder if they're just gonna ban out those mid-laners. The Volt laners, just to make it so that there's no good pick against this Harley. Because I really feel like for the Petito, sure you will have losing matchups against some people, but Petito doesn't really care that much. Even if his lane is so-so, going to the fight, that's much more important.
Exactly. Just being a lot of team fight, a lot of close threat. I mean, this could be a potential double fighter composition coming in from Dian from Guai. Let's see what these bands are going to be, right? If you get rid of things like, they get rid of Melissa, they get rid of Moscow, that could, shape the composition to fall into that category. But instead, they get rid of the Sora. What an interesting band.
I guess Sora can win the lane, plus, I don't know, able to influence the fight around the turn lane, maybe that's why. Yeah, I feel like it's interesting, but there is that one hit Bomba game where I feel like, Sora is still a big threat. But anyways, Eudora does get banned out, so we'll see what other heroes that Yuan is able to pull off with this one. Some of his earlier heroes are really doing that melee. Which honestly might not be that bad, but you have to see that needs to be first.
That's the thing, right? Especially when you're thinking about the relationship, like all the different lanes going up against each other. It's usually the EXP laner who makes the mid lane extremely difficult, and then the jungle can kind of like pick and choose where he wants to find the kill in this game. Now, if we're going to start talking about EXP laners, the direct counter as Norelba is still up and available, but also get rid of the Moss Buff, so this could be very, very telling.
Yeah, definitely just making sure that there's a good lane for her to go to. I think this is better than Moscow because they're like, well, against the Harry we're pretty good. I think even if they pick up a Melissa, the Harley is just gonna smash her. So yeah, I think the Moscow is a pretty good ban here. So do you want to ban on something like the Quad? Just so that no one doesn't get it? But I don't know, I feel like they can deal with the Quad actually.
I think it can possibly deal with the Quad. I think if they are banning do decide to ban out the Quad, that kind of means they want to lean into the Melissa, maybe even waiting for themselves. But it really depends. I don't remember. Ooh, okay. Getting rid of the Arnold on top of everything else, it's not like the composition had that much CC to begin with, like reliable CC to begin with. But let's see how they develop this even further. Right now, it's going to be first pick on red side to Dian and Guai. And at this stage, mid laner would be kind of nice to kind of hide the entire composition.
I feel like the Arnold ban is just thinking that, yeah, this Taquito 100% has a good chance of going to the gold. Maybe 80% chance that this Taquito is going to go gold. A mid laner that will do well here, I think Olivia will be fine. I wonder if you want to go for that Vexana just for that, direct counter on this blue, but playing blue myself, it is annoying up against these counters, but not impossible. They picked up a team here, which honestly doubled down, showing that there's a high chance of a double fighting comp.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's going to be a double fire comp, but even when we think about fighters, I don't think any single fighter can really deal with the blue in particular, unless it's like, I don't know, arguably like a Vendetta where it's just hard to get on top of in the first place, but that just makes the comp super, super risky. I would imagine the last couple of picks are good. Okay, you go for the Barrage alongside the Barrage, but at this point, going Esme is not the worst idea in the world, and I think even more going for the Uranus is a highly valuable pick.
Yeah, Uranus is good. I wonder if they even want to entertain something like an Alice, because I feel like they need another frontline. So yeah, Uranus would be good, Alice would be good. As long as it's someone that can give a lot of space for this team, I think Guai already has a pretty good chance here. But I do have to say, finish out the draft, I feel like FD7 has a very good draft, and it doesn't look like Guai has a reliable counter for this group, because they don't have the right type of damage, but also they don't have a lot of dashes. They're finishing up with the Lapu here, and Lapu, in my personal opinion, is more about the player more than the meta or even the draft.
You are so right, LaFell. You're so right. Because if this is, oh man, I don't want to say, especially with the Valentine on the opposite side. Good luck, everyone. Have a fun time, I hope that he takes, actually, no battle spell heals. But even to get like a Purify, you're just asking to die to basically a lot of stuff in this game already as it is. But I kind of think you have a choice in that matter.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like Dunking up Guai, they want to try to aim for one side of the map, which is something that they did in the previous game, and it was the EXP, the strong side, but now having the Taquito, I don't know, I kind of feel like both sides are kind of strong sides, maybe more for the Taquito, just because it's kind of hard to kill the Barats in the early game. Actually, no, I feel like you can do it. You know, if you believe, you can achieve.
Yep, if you believe, you can achieve. If you head on over to game number 2 of our second series of the day, we're going to get a good look at where these compositions actually want to take us here. Immediate technical pause. At least we get to break it down one by one. Because again, this is a very traditional double fighter comp, and E1 ended up going on this team into that mid lane. So it's going to be pretty important for them to maintain control and make sure that they don't lose out too hard at level 1, because people tend to forget that glue is particularly strong in the early game, and if they take way too much damage, there's kind of no coming back for that.
Yeah, Yuan just has to be careful because he does have that Purify, and there's quite a lot of cheese coming in from NT7. A lot of trap control as well, so I can definitely see this Purify helping out Yuan a lot, especially if Kashi is able to somehow get on top of him with the Daytona's Welcome. So looking at this, I honestly want to see the emblem setup, and I'm just curious to see if Akashi also wants to run a Festival of Blood on this Barats.
I don't know if it's spell to kind of go to, right? You don't really need the build of this blessing because half the time, every single time a neutral objective comes up, you've got the, the river helping you out to get to where you need to be 90% of the time.
It's using tenacity.
I like tenacity as well, but it really depends, right? Because if you take Festival of Blood, you have a much higher cap in terms of sustainability rather than like I got the raw numbers to survive when I am low. So it's Festival of Blood is better when you're ahead. Tenacity is much better when you're behind.
Right now looks like our referees making sure that the players are having an okay time. Looks like we're having a bit of an issue with Guai. Hopefully it doesn't impact the player that much. Hopefully it's just a quick fix so that we can get back into the game. And everyone is still looking good in terms of momentum, which I see a thumbs up, so should be all good. Maybe it's just an audio issue thing.
It probably was just or something like that. I would imagine everybody here at Pfizer is making sure that these boys are going to be playing on the best performance possible, making sure they've got the best hardware on top of it all. But once we start getting back into this game, and hopefully we see the first level 4, well, assuming that nothing happens in the laning phase, we definitely see a couple of teams, dropping out early because they made a mistake, an early recall, and then just snowballs out of control 11-minute onwards. But back through the portal, you know where we're going through the same one. As we head on in, the level 1s are going to play out, and it looks like they minimize the contradiction, right? They immediately looking to just clear waves and not interact with each other.
Looking at the emblem setup here, it looks like Akashi is going to go for that tenacity as well as the vitality, just make sure that he can actually survive for a long time. Other than that, it looks like everyone is going for the same double Festival of Blood for First God as well as Moon, and I'm having a kill as well. I like Yuan going for his weakness finder just to slow everyone down. This does make the early game quite a lot better, making it easier for his team to actually catch up and secure those kills.
Okay, look at this. We're already seeing a little bit of a cross here coming down from our boy down the bottom lane. Lung is doing a pretty good job, but he's immediately looking to steal like at least one camp away, which could impact specifically Hide on Bush. Right? He should still be able to hit level 4 on time, assuming everything goes well. But it looks like Lung he's forced to walk back. He's not going to go for a second proxy.
Not gonna lie, as a kid, I would have punched in there, but I would so punch in there. There's a lot of people, maybe we would make a mistake, but I'm like, I gotta flip it. What's the way to happen?
It's true, but look at the way that they're trading in that mid lane. As long as Yuan isn't engaged upon by Vanguard, he's able to just chunk them out as long as Beller is nearby. Now they've got information on where Hirara is. You can see a lot of the forces of BFYG making their way up topside to try and test the level 4.
Looks like Akashi is actually losing the trades here, and Zalshi trying to get it. It looks like Fizgot still able to secure that for himself. Should be able to hit level 4 earlier than Akashi, and that really does help out this Lapu much more. Right now the turtle hasn't started. It looks like both Zed as well as Fizgot are just zoning everyone away, so that's the key turtle for Guai. And Fizgot almost gets up, but looks like I'm not level 4, no threat to him just yet.
Yeah, they didn't see Akashi actually go for the recall. They just assumed that he repositioned himself and then maybe hit level 4 sometime later, so they just wanted to make sure everything was safe. Oh god.
Hide on boys got on the 3, and then Vanguard, everyone else got caught by the ult. 57. Very easy 3 kills in the mid.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looked like they just sort of ate it. I feel like Yuan had many opportunities to get out of there if he wanted to, but it was just really uncomfortable timing that he used the hover packs to get over the first wall. This definitely teaches you, hey, you hold on to your mobility for as long as you possibly can. You can't use it really like that because you never know when the next fight is going to happen, especially when you're facing off someone like Hide on this playing this Hirara. She closed the distance so fast.
Part of me understands it though, because even I'm like, there's no way you're gonna gank us mid 3 people going, right? But that was an amazing engage coming in from Hide on Bush, starting things out. And then Shin able to steal away the rapid drive from Zed, making sure that everyone is just chain CC. That was a beautiful chain of events. In terms of how does it translate in gold, quite a lot actually. About 1,300 ahead just by those 3 kills. That's great for NTT7.
And down the goal lane, honestly, not that bad for Doom. I think Doom has been having a pretty good time overall, right? With Doom already, dying in the very first interaction, and Doom able to actually pick up 2 assists alongside the kill for himself. He is in prime position to scale at the right time. Counter-Strike finally completed by Loom, so he's got the early game damage, assuming that he can close the distance on someone like Shin, Doom, hide on Bush without his iPhones.
Right now, this will really test definitely on Guai. How do they perform with the double fighter here? Because the second turtle, this is probably where they should be winning quite a lot. They're winning the Bush here. Akashi got caught just a little bit. It looks like the Rapid Dry only catching Akashi alone. Looks like Loom tries to push Vanguard away. Eats someone up, and able to get Fish God. Fish God unable to do much. NTT7, they're the one that got into the Bush, but they got immediate control.
They gotta understand how their comp actually functions at this stage. Without Loom, they don't have the raw burst damage, right? So they have to depend on people like Fish God and even... Wait, hold on. Loom's in trouble.
Tries to flicker away. Able to... Yeah, definitely Guai. I would say they just didn't know the priority because it looked like they were attacking everyone. Instead, they should be targeting 1% at a time.
Yeah, they really need to get the priorities counted. They're gonna dive this.
Zed gets caught. Looks like he's going to be pulled out of the turret range. And NTT7 is still staying under there. Not really carrying all that much. Loom is just to get the gold. But definitely Guai, despite them having the double fighter, they're losing quite a lot in the early game here.
I mean, Dian has managed this lane very, very well. They've gone on the very first couple of interactions, which honestly shouldn't have gone their favorite anyways, right? Definitely Guai was able to get that first turn, but those 5 kills from NTT7 is really kind of setting the tone on how these side runners who were supposed to be losing are now in better positions. I mean, of course, Barat, sure, alright. Oh, it's a quote-unquote winning lane, but it's really a sandbag, right? He's not going to be able to find a solo kill onto Fish God. All he cares about is coming into these team fights and eliminating one target from the fight and turning into a 5v4.
Yeah, honestly, definitely Guai, if they wanted to target Akashi, they got to target like everyone has to target him at once, right? I feel like that was quite a mistake because I feel like one tried to attack Akashi, but then the rest of the team are like, wait, should we go for Vanguard instead or what? They were not in sync, and that's not what you want in this kind of comp. They go for Akashi again, but look at that, E1 already has to use the Purify to escape Vanguard. He really needs to stop starting the fight when he has no stacks on that Sky Piercer. Or he doesn't have a second item.
Yeah, or better yet, just wait. You don't have to immediately hop over the wall. You can just walk around it, and then as soon as you see Vanguard try to do something, that's when you go for the hover pack. And by that time, even if you wombo combos, you'll be on the opposite side of the wall and still have enough to get away. So he ends up losing out his hover pack like very early. Oh wait, hold on. What's the flip out of Zed at this stage of the game? I don't know if they can contest this anymore. This should be a freebie. Oh,
they're able to get high on Bush. Now Shin tries to catch on to Zaushi. Zaushi gets caught. Look at to figure out. Double dash away. This is not looking for definitely Guai just because they look unsure of what to do. Because I feel like E1, Fish God jumps in all alone. And maybe it's like E1 gets caught by Vanguard. Vanguard secures a kill. Fish God 1v3 still. But that's going on, but your team kind of loses its win condition.
Well, win condition. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Vanguard played it immaculately. He was just so good, and not that E1 walked up and got hit by again. Still, 10 more seconds here, but oh god.
Well, Akashi, it's Fish God. Fish God gets taken there. Oh no, it's actually Zed. Now the Zion Force. Looks like the damage isn't enough just yet. Able to get that. Fish God gets onto Akashi. Akashi dies, but Fish God will give himself over to Shin. Yeah, it looks like they'll be Guai. They're fighting for the sake of fighting again.
No concussed. They're concussed. NTT7 just knocked them top of their head. They're rattled.
Let me just say, your sarcasm is too good. Most people can't tell the difference.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm dead serious about what I'm saying. They're just so concussed after, NTT7 hit them so hard into the temple that at this stage of the game, it's just like, what are we looking for, right? We're getting Fish God flickering to kill Akashi. Like, that's how far they've been concussed. But really, she should be holding on to his flicker. Say whatever. If Akashi gets a kill, it doesn't matter. You don't need to chase for those fights. You are looking for better targets. In this case, hide on Bush, especially during those neutral takes. Boom, especially especially when he tries to, stick his nose a little bit too far forward and you need to trade battles for it. Those are the moments. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, okay. Fish God tries to get onto Doom, changes targets, get onto Penguin. I was so shocked. Hold on, right now Shin almost got caught. Now Zed has to get away. He's very low on HP. Same as Feng. Right from Guai. Unable to get a concentrate. Right now Shin forces Zed to use the flicker. And now Ambush gets the kill. Penguin dies to Yuan. So that's a stack for the Sky Piercer of Kimmy. But SC7, they're not going to stop here. They're going to get the mid lane turret. This time Zhaoxi on this Harley unable to do much.
Okay, they're pulling it back. They're pulling it back a little bit. They did lose their mid-tier 1. Okay, but at least Yuan was holding on to his abilities, and he knew for a fact that Penguin was going to get on top of him, so he's saving the second half, saving the Purify for the second half of the combination after Penguin was on top of him in the ult form. Even so, this is a pretty dangerous position for Dian from Guai, because now that they've missed all their mid-tier 1 and all their tier 1s, holding on to their jungle, you would assume that Entity 7 is going to start invading, and they already have. They stole away the purple buff on their side of the map as Dian from Guai look for this first position, and Akashi, he knows he's just going to hold on to the priority of the Lord.
Long is all alone, 1 versus 3. Long should try to get away there. Looks like he already used the flicker. Not much you can do against her. They just chases him non-stop. Oh, what the heck? How does that interaction work? She's dead. Congrats.
Nice. Make sure you let them know. They made a mistake giving you this glue. And it's very understandable at this stage of the game. After what happened in game number 1, you know exactly that Entity 7 are looking at ego check down from Guai to say that they have the better mechanics.
Can I just say glue sometimes makes no sense? Like that's not the first interaction where I've seen something like that happen. I'm just surprised it's not the last.
Yeah. No, the way that this all works, again, it's a really fun iframe. It sucks that he gets like a good chunk of his health back. I would have imagined that, they make glue less sustainable in that way, but without it, okay. Alright, I don't know if our API is correct here, if I'm looking at this correctly, but I'm just going to assume that it is.
I mean, here's the thing. Zhaoxi already went to Kyrgyzstan, and then Feng bring him back to Kazakhstan, man. That's a bit of a stretch in terms of how he's able to pull that.
Hey, maybe a stretch, but look at this mid-tier 2 getting collapsed down by a single man, and that's Boom, as he's looking to cut off all the angles.
Well, I don't know about Doom being a single man, but looks like Zed is taken out. Akashi secured the kill. Penguin now. Give me a bit of damage. Fish God goes 1v3 again because he's dead. He's He's still surviving for now. Oh, quite a lot. Able to get a kill onto Akashi. Long gets a kill onto Penguin. Guai, you guys are surviving by the cojones of Fish God.
Hell yeah, that's exactly what we want to see here. But now they're not done just yet. The second wave is starting to push into that top inhibitor. And we'll see, because now all the holy shielding is gone.
Dealing quite a lot of damage, dies to Doom. Zhaoxi tries to get a kill onto Shin. Shin still survives. The only reason why NC7 is still alive because the Gyarados of the Lapu is not there just yet, but now gets targeted. And he lingers forward. Might die here for no reason. Bush here to kill. I will not blaze this man anymore.
Oh man, what a sad.
Dude, he was trying to hide. You don't understand.
Oh man, he got seeked out. He ended up dropping down. Oh, that's super unfortunate. It's like they're not paying attention to when the cooldown timers of their ults actually end up inside the Dian. Why?
At least he doesn't have a Sky Piercer.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, wait, he does.
Oh, man. I thought maybe the API was hallucinating again. I was hopeful. But at this stage of the game, based on what we've seen, what was built previously, Akashi, it's very smart of him that he's like, I'm not going to try and sustain my way. I know exactly what I'm doing. I just need to be thick. Because so far, Dian from Guai, especially when Akashi is walking up forward, and he uses the Detner's welcome, he was guarantees of interaction.
Well, Zed taking quite a lot of hate coming in from NC7. Penguin gets on top of him, grabs three, and now looks like Shin might be targeted by Fish God. Doom secures a kill, but Zhaoxi able to take down Shin. Doom right now is a monster, getting that double kill, still full HP, hide on Bush, takes down a Fish God. Now it's just Yuan as well as Zhaoxi, the two magic spitting heroes.
Yep. That's the best way to put it. That's the best way to put it. I can't believe
no other way can be said to describe it.
Look, the prioritization on targeting is really interesting here. You know, Bangman, he's done it multiple times. He's already gotten the Belric out of the way. They traded ults at this stage of the game, and it's strange to see them just kind of being able to get away with anything. And that's because of the draft, right? Young Guys just don't have an answer to this group. All they can do is try and chunk them out, but if they walk up too close, especially if U1 doesn't have that passive tactic to get an extra little bit of range of penetrating shots, Bangman easily can force a fight.
Yeah, I really feel like despite Fish God as well as Logan have pretty good AoE, I feel like you need to understand with the Kimi as well as the Hive, you kind of want to force one target down. Like, okay, if the Hive focuses on one target, you guys want to ignore that, sure. But I feel like, how about the Kimi? The Kimi has the Sky Piercer, and if you're not helping the Sky Piercer stack, you're kind of shooting your friend in the foot, which sounds like a good time. Thank goodness that Holy Crystal is going to Zalshi and not Zed.
Hey man, we haven't even talked about the fact that Dian has, well, you know what? Let's just say the API was hallucinating. This is going to be his final build. He's already hyper strong. Like, every 1v1 is difficult except for Zalshi. And even then, there's still the potential for Dian to actually go for a big outbreak. But here we go. The sieging has already begun.
Lord is still marching up top, but doesn't look like FTV7 was able to sync up the minions, so this should be pretty good for Guai to be able to defend here. Looks like they're still going to get top inhibitor though. Right now, they're trying to get mid as well. We're trying to clear up the wave. Looks like they're trying to engage with Shin. Stealing it. The real one catches Shin. Shin gets taken down. And everyone gets caught up. Bush tries to run away. Zashi will try to chase, but a double for E1. Gets 2 more stacks of the Sky Piercer. FTV7, they tried to force a bit too much and Guai responds.
Yep, E1 actually come up with a big play at the very end there. I would have imagined that he was going to be out of the fight with his position, but then he suddenly decided to go hyper aggressive onto the back with 2 people at once in the middle of that fight with a big follow-up coming into Fish God. This could be an endgame angle here if they don't clear up this wave, but they might just have to sacrifice it. Worst comes to worst, it's just a big inhibitor, right? It's still very manageable. It doesn't really influence how these Lord dances usually go. You need a long lane, either top or bottom, as long as it's the opposite side of where the Lord spawns.
Yeah, considering how the map is looking, that was amazing. I'm pretty sure definitely Guai would prefer to get into the side ones, especially the bottom. But again, there's just too much, and the wave was already trying to ready for mid anyway. So I feel like definitely Guai, they're not out of the water just yet. If they're able to get another inhibitor, then that will be icing on the cake. That's all they need. But for now, E1, he should be having 40 stacks. Because I feel like after the second death, he hasn't died yet, so I'm optimistic by thinking he has 40 stacks.
Very much like he actually got it, if I remember correctly. But we'll check on the stacks in just a bit. For now, it's just going to be a big contestant for this long lane, because FTV7, they want to set this up nice. Top side is naturally going to be pushing. If they can get a slow push down on bot side and kind of defend that wave, then unfortunately from Guai, they have to send some resources down to manage it, because even when we look at the inhibitor health, the last remaining one for Guai is so low. A single heart minion, a ballista, can walk up and take it out.
Yep. So right able to see Roy trying to fix the waves here. Now he's on the way towards the Lord. 17 minutes, this Lord is not going to get bursted down fast enough. So don't get Guai. Everyone should be primed and ready. Looking at Zed also has a flicker if he wants to force and engage. And it looks like it was Shin actually the one using it. I don't know what Guai was doing. They're not trying to stop FTV7, but in the backline, it looks like Long tried to take down Dude. That was a bad idea. Long is low HP. Bush tried to run away. Fish got unable to hit his stun onto anyone. So right now the team fight is messy. There's no clear down. What you want to do, you want to get taken down. And now this is Senator moving forward. Doom is still helping. Doom dealing a lot of damage. Bangway tries to get on top of someone. No, all the way to the back. Nowhere close to FTV7. What is he going to do here? Can he get killed? He will try for sure. It looks like he's not able to get anyone just yet. Fish God gets Bangway right on Bush. Low HP. Fish God gets double kill. What is going on in this game?
That has to be the messiest fight we've seen so far. Both sides are just trying to outmaneuver the other. And even for Long, I thought he was like kind of out of the fight for a very long time, but he still managed to still pick up 2, which is in their favor. Right now, if they can take out Doom, then they've got an opportunity. Here we go.
Big Got's gonna try. He wants to take down Akashi first. Moves forward. Almost takes him down. Now tries to cage. Looks like unable to do so. Long misses the punch onto Dian. But young Feng Guai still able to protect their base. Right now, the five inhibitor looks like it's okay, but it should die now. Yep, there you go.
There we go. A good setup here for KE-2 for the next upcoming Lord. At least they got anti-heal on everybody. At least 3 of their members already have it, which is perfect because so far the sustain coming in for Fish God has been so good. He's bought way too much time for his team. And, I mean, look at the last item build. 1 more axe is his main damage item, and everything else either to buff up his HP, give him extra cooldowns, but most importantly, make him a thick boy. If they can just keep on healing for U1, they definitely got an opportunity. Here comes the conceal.
Looks like they do see Del Feng Guai. No one is going to get caught. That should just take a little bit of damage, but Vanguard tries to get to the back. Fish God tries to get away, gets terrified. Fish God jumps forward, jumps onto Akashi. Vanguard is on top of Zed. Got the drive use, no one gets hit, but back. Looks like Akashi might get taken down, but it looks like Zaushi was the first to get taken down by Doom. Double kill for Doom, able to get U1, so all the damage is coming in from Del Feng Guai. Taken down, good Fish God. Triple kill, Akashi gets taken down, but not gonna matter. Hide on bush, secures the kill onto the long. And now Del Feng Guai. Looks like this should be Dian. FC7 wins game number 2.
Yep, so it looks like they've got both ways to go for them at this stage, and unfortunately for Beleric, there's very little that he can do. He doesn't even have his ult in time for this. Congratulations, they bring it 1-1 as Entity 7 even up the score. This is going to be a harsh lesson here. Yes, there were moments where Del Feng Guai could have turned these fights, but a lot of it comes down to the mechanics, right? What abilities are available, and how to actually progress to this comp. I don't think the drafting was that bad. Obviously, I was a little skeptical about the Lapu, but inevitably, we even saw from Shin he was not incentivized to take the greatest fighter. He's always looking to take the wrath of the Dryads, which in this particular case is great, but man, the anti-CC, you can't turn him around, and he zones out multiple people, and the ultra sustainability when he's stuck in the backline against 3, it's really tough. It's really tough.
Well, Gideon, you did pose the question, Long being known as a marksman player, now with the double fire being meta, I don't know, personally for me, at least based on this game, it doesn't look like he's all that ready to use the Peter in the gold lane because there was not a lot of pressure that he was able to establish in lane and in the team fights as well. Unfortunately, I feel like not a lot was done there.
I think this is the first time we're seeing him actually play this particular, right? I don't want to be too harsh on him because, the first turtle ended up, the end of that anyways, which is probably not the greatest kind of early game setup for him. Entity 7 also made sure, they were sending a lot of members down and faking information, so you can't necessarily be hyper-aggressive, but at the same time, there needs to be a certain degree of, bravery when you're playing Kilo, especially when you have, Flicker as well, right? You don't necessarily need the Flicker in these bigger team fights as long as you position really well, but then you see these later game fights and it's like, oh man, it kind of feels impossible for him to kind of get in on those fights, especially when Shin does a very good job at healing. Look at Shin's positioning. He's not too close to Doom, but he's always near enough to actually influence the way a lot of the members of Del Feng Guai actually want to play. Like this one, Doom gets caught, doesn't even have, even if he had to purify, he probably didn't need to use it. He's always being covered by Shin.
I do have to say though, we went over a clip just now where Vanguard is able to pull back Zaushi even though he was, able to get away. I feel like at that point he was saying BS in Mandarin. I don't know the acronym for it, but I don't know. I think he was saying he saw and then he said goodbye. I think I kind of saw, but yeah. That's what I would say.
That's definitely oh man. There's so many moments in this game, and it's good to see the Entity 7 kind of come back into form. At least they're understanding how these team fights actually need to progress. In comparison to Del Feng Guai, they definitely looked a little lost in a couple of those moments. I think it had to be very clear cut for them on how the fight needs to progress, and unless they've got that procedure down, it's basically going to be a consistent repeat here.
And I feel like, I don't know, is the glue worth banning? I actually feel like if there's second hit, it might be worth banning, because that means that you're letting one OP hero go and then you can get it for yourself, because you know Eddie 7 100% is just going to take the Harara.
Oh yeah, every single time. I mean, there's that pattern that they need to punish here. And not only punish, but like slow down somehow. Like, we've seen this Harley matchup into it, and it's